Welcome back. What's been going on here? What's all this scribbling that I've been doing? We're building up into being able to multiply out bigger and bigger expressions involving x. Now this is called part 2, building up. And let's have a look at all this red stuff up here. We've got x lots of x plus 2 and 3 lots of x plus 2. How many lots of x plus 2 have we got all together? Can you see it? We've got x plus 3 lots of x plus 2. Okay. I don't know, how would we write that? Perhaps we would say it's x plus 3 times x plus 2. And often when we do that in mathematics, we leave out the times. So we could actually condense that all down into this statement. So we're building up sort of an abbreviated system for representing some of our multiplications. What would it mean though? X plus 3 times a bracket of x plus 2. Well, I suppose we could work it out separately over here. X lots of x plus 2, what's that come to? It's x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x, so we've got that much from there. Then over here, we've got 3 lots of x plus 2, which means 3 lots of x plus 3 lots of 2 is 6. So, all these things should be the same. This compressed or abbreviated, it's actually called a factored form, should equal all these added up, shouldn't they? X lots of x plus 2 and 3 lots of x plus 2 should come to x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So these two should be equal. Can you see how we might go directly from there to there without splitting it into its two original parts? Oh, I think so. Let's have a look. Here we go. To get the x, it's x by x is x squared. That's the first terms together. And then this x by 2 to get the 2x. And this 3 by x to get the 3x. And 3 by 2 to get 6. In other words, if we do condense our expression up like this, we can still get these answers added up by remembering to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second. Right? X by x plus 2 plus 3 by x plus 2. It's sometimes referred to, you've got to multiply the first together, the last together, the inners and the outers. It's sometimes in books abbreviated first, outers, inners, last, or FOIL. Just try and remember each term must be multiplied by each other in the second bracket there. Must be multiplied by every other, if you like. Something like that. What do you think? Have a look. Let's come down here and look at another one. 4 lots of x plus 3 and x lots of x plus 3. Now what have we got? Well, we have 4 plus x lots of x plus 3. Well, we usually write this the other way round. Put the x first, x plus 4 lots of x plus 3, leaving out the multiplication. So we're going to this, if you like, factored or abbreviated form. You do a bit of this later on, factored or abbreviated form. So what would it mean if we did condense it up like that? Let's see if what we did before would work again. X by x is x squared. X by 3 is plus 3x. 4 by x is 4x. And 4 by 3 is 12. Now, that is the quickest way of probably trying to understand what the two brackets multiplied together should be. Does it work coming over here? 4 lots of x plus 3 is 4 times x plus 3, which is 4x, and plus 12. And over on this side, x lots of x plus 3 would give us x times x is x squared, plus x times 3 is 3x. So the two separate parts, 4 lots of x plus 3 and x lots of x plus 3, come to this much. And of course, that agrees, they're all in there. All the terms are in there. You've got the x squared and the 3x from this one, and then you've got the 4x and the 12 from this one. So it looks like we have discovered a new way of writing collections of brackets, if you like. So let's see if we can summarise that. So our summary might look like this. If you have two brackets together, multiplied together, how would we describe what we were doing? Well, we might say if we have x plus 1 in here and x plus 4 in here, what it really means is we've got x lots of x plus 4, so it's x times x is x squared, and x times 4 is 4x. Then we've got 1 times x is 1x, 1 times 4 is 4. Because really this bracket is saying we've got x lots of our x plus 4 and plus 1 lot of the x plus 4, all condensed up into this factored form. So overall, what have we got? Well, we've got to multiply each term in the first bracket by each term in the second bracket. Now, at the end of the day, though, we know that we can make this a little bit tidier, because 4x plus 1x is a total of 5x. So overall, we have packaged it up into that. All right, what do you think? Come down with me just down the bottom here, and let's do some together. Okay, so let's have a look perhaps at this bundle here. Okay, now if you'd like to get ahead, then perhaps pause the presentation and go ahead. I'll just put this example up here so you can see what we did there with all those arrows. So you might like to pause the presentation and have a go yourself. Well, let's see what this first one over here looks like. So here, this says x plus 3 times x plus 7, or x plus 3 lots of x plus 7. So it's x times x here, the first one's together, and then it's x lots of 7, 7x, that's 3 times x, and then 3 times 7 is 21. You need a little system there. Then we can collect up the terms that are like each other. 7x and 3x are the only pair of terms there that are like each other. X squared's a different number, isn't it? It's different from x. X squared is x times itself. Let's come down to the bottom one down here. X take 3 times x plus 6. That's x times x is x squared, then x times plus 6 plus 6x. Neg 3 times x is neg 3x, then neg 3 times positive 6 is neg 18. So, are there any other x squareds? No, it's only the first one, but there are two x terms. 6x take 3x is positive 3x, collecting them up because they like each other. Then we've got one number left on the end. So you can see a sort of pattern happening here. Let's come over to this one over on the right here. X plus 5 times x take 4. It's x by x is x squared, and then x by neg 4, neg 4x, then 5 by x is plus 5x, and then 5 by neg 4 is neg 20. Collecting up the terms that are like each other, there's only one x squared term, and then there's neg 4x plus 5x, which would be plus 1x. Take 20. You could leave the 1 out, remember. I'll leave it in there for the moment. Let's look at the next one. It's x by x is x squared. X by neg 2 is neg 2x. Then plus 2 by x is plus 2x. And then positive 2 by negative 2, positive times a negative is a negative 4. Let's collect up the like terms. There's one, neg 2x plus 2x. Oh, that'll be no x. Well, there'll be no x's left. Do you want to check that? Bit of revision over here. Here we are. Neg 2x going down that way on the number line. And then plus 2x. Oh yes, brings you back to 0. There'll be no x's. What do you think? Do you have to rewind and think about it? Or can we go on? I've got some for you. You know where they are. Oh, where they are. Down here. Okay. So there we are. I think now you've done very well to get this far. This is getting pretty sophisticated now. So keep at it. What do you want to do? Do you want to pause me now and have a go? These are all for you, and then I'm going to come along. I'll tell you now, I'm going to go across the top line this time. I'm going to go from over here, across the top line, and then down the bottom line. You can see some things happening. Putting a number in front there. Oh, here's one with 2x and a 3x here. So, there's some interesting variations there. But we should be able to do it now. So you want to pause me and have a go. Alright, we're back again now. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is plus 3x. Then we've got neg 8 times x is neg 8x. Neg 8 times positive 3, neg 24. So what have we got? And only one x squared, then plus 3x, take 8x, neg 5x, take 24. Some patterns are starting to appear. A by a is a squared. A by positive 5 plus 5a. Then we've got neg 5 by a is neg 5a. Then neg 5 by positive 5, neg 25. Ah, that's one of those again. A squared, and we've got plus 5a, take 5a, that's no a. So then we've got, we'll just get rid of this then, because down the end here we've got neg 25. Neg 25 there. Ah. Can you start to see why you're getting this wipeout in the middle? A positive one and a negative identical one? giving you none of that middle term. I hope you're getting used to, look, A's popped up again. Oh, A's now just a number. We're starting to use different letters, that's okay. So 4 by 2x is 8x, 4 by 3 positive 12, neg x by 2x. Negative times a positive is a negative, 2x by x, number times itself is a square. Then neg x by positive 3 is a positive times a negative is a negative. Now what a higgledy-piggledy this turned out to be, because this front bracket had the x at the back instead of the front. Let's not worry. Let's put the squared term first. Neg 2x squared. Then we've got 8x take 3x is 5x. Notice how it's important from before that we collect up the terms that are like each other. What's left? Just the plus 12. So we always write it in the same format, if you like, the x squared term, the x term and the number. Let's go down to this next one down here. Oh, this is a little bit different. There's a 2x times a 3x. 2 times 3 is 6. X by x, the number times itself, is a square. Then 2x by 4. 4 lots of 2x is 8x. Then 1 by 3x is 3x. And then 1 by 4 is 4. Making sure you're multiplying all the possible pairs together from the two brackets. There's only one x squared term, so I put that out the front. 8x plus 3x is 11x. Only one number. You're starting to see that this factored form, when you multiply it out, gives a certain pattern. Okay, let's have a look at this one. 3x times 1. So this second bracket's been written in a different order. 3x times 1 is 3x. Then 3x times 2x. 3 times 2 is 6. And x times x, or a number times itself, is the square. Neg 2 times 1 is neg 2. Neg 2 times positive 2, x, is negative times positive, is a negative 4x. Let's put it as we would normally do. Let's pluck out the x squared, so put that one up front. And then it's 3x and take 4x, which would be neg 1x, or just neg x. And then we've got the number left, which is neg 2. We're trying to see a pattern occurring here. Okay, let's have a look at this one. These have both been written with the two brackets with the x's in the back of the bracket. Let's have a look. We'll still go through the same process. 5 by 5 is 25. 5 by x is plus 5x. Neg 3x times 5. Negative times a positive is a negative 15. And neg 3x by plus x, negative times positive is a negative 3x squared. X by x, number times itself, is a square. Let's put the x squared term up front again. Neg 3x squared. Collecting the x's, 5x take 15x is neg 10x. Check it on the number line if you're not sure. And then you've got 25 left. Okay, so they were quite challenging. You might have to go back and replay the presentation and see what you think. So we're almost to the end of all the work we want to do with x, various operations, so that you feel confident that you could do anything that you would do with a known number with x or a or y. So the next part is going to look at, are there any patterns? I think you've already seen, sometimes you get wipeout, there's no a term or x term in the middle, so we might have a look at that interesting situation next time. And then we're going to move into what's the point of all this, is it useful, who uses it, and can we have further fun with it? So from me now, it's cheers, and catch you in the next presentation.